Motivation, it's a key bit in any weight loss journey. And today we're going to talk about your motivation, things that you can notice, things you can work towards, and all the things that affect the motivation you have for your weight loss journey. So today's video, all about motivation. My name is Mark. I'm here to help you live a better, healthier life. My goal is to help as many people as I can get into shape and improve their quality of life. Now, if this is your first time here and you want to learn more about practical and efficient ways of improving your health, your fitness and your overall wellness, or if you're just interested in expanding your knowledge about fitness and nutrition, start now by hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos ever again. And now, without further ado, let's jump right in. So there are a large number of things that could affect your motivation. Your motivation to start the journey, your motivation to keep on going with your journey, and those times when it feels like it's a long straight road and you're not going anywhere in particular, and those are some of, I find, the most challenging bits. So what I've tried to do today is break it down into things that will affect your motivation, things that you can do to improve it. And one of the things I'm going to start off with is external motivation. Now, there are lots of different flavors of external motivation. There's the positive and then there's the negative. So the positive bits for external motivation are those people around you who are encouraging you to stay on your journey, to start your journey, and basically trying to give you a push in the right direction. Those people are awesome. And I don't use that word lightly. Surround yourself with as many of those as you can, because whenever you're having a low point, they are the sort of people that will encourage you, push you, motivate you, all in a positive way. And those people are fantastic. And in life in general, get as many of those people around you as possible. Encourage them, listen to them, and know that they're coming at this from a positive place and encouraging you on your journey. So those kind of external factors, those people, those loved ones around you, friends, family, whatever they are, those are the sort of people that you really need to encourage to be in your life. And accept what they're saying. Understand it. It's from a third person. It's not you judging yourself. It's them helping you. So those external factors are huge. Take as many as you can with you on this journey. Listen to their encouragement and listen to their advice, and basically let them help you get further along this path. The flip side of that, in terms of external, is not only the people who are negative, you'll never be able to do that, you can't do that, let's just order a takeaway. All of those people that fall into that negative category, you need to take with a pinch of salt. And what I mean by that is you don't necessarily have to rule them out of your life entirely, but you need to put them as far out of your mind as possible. Okay, those people are the ones that maybe have tried themselves and have failed and don't want to see you succeed. They're the ones who maybe haven't even ever started, or quite often I think just don't understand the commitment it takes to make this journey. It was a commitment to get to the size you are. It's now an even bigger commitment to get away from the size you are. So those kind of negative people, if you can limit your interactions with them, have a word with them if you can, and encourage them to be less vocal with their negativity and their temptations of, takeaways and meals. And it is one of those things where that group of people that is the negative bit of your motivation, limit that. Okay, it will help you in the long run get to where you want to go. Okay, and if they are truly friends and family, they will understand the efforts you're going to actually get fitter, lose weight, and go down this journey. And they'll get on board, because perhaps they're just doing it because that's what they've always done. It might not be malicious, and understand that. It may well not be because they're being mean or nasty or trying to sabotage what you're doing. They might just not understand the efforts you are putting into this. So perhaps have that conversation with them and move them into the positive category, because the more people in that category you can have, the better. The other thing about external is, I know I've taken motivation at periods of time from watching YouTube videos of these before and afters with lots of shots of, somebody who's morbidly obese and then ends up ripped and, shredded. And at times that's been a motivator for me. But at other times that's been a really big negative for me, because I've seen these people who seem to have done it in a blink of an eye in a 10-minute video, which is great. And like I said before, I'm happy for them. But when you're months into your journey and you're just slowly ticking off the pounds and you don't feel like you're getting there fast enough, it can be a negative. So know your own mind. Actually have a think in terms of those external factors. Encourage the people who support you, have a word with, or ignore the people who don't. And when it comes to the media out there, whether it's YouTube, news articles, whatever it is, take it with a pinch of salt and know that your journey is different from mine, is different from everybody else's. It is your fitness journey. It is your weight loss journey, and it is not somebody else's. And what somebody else has done may not work for you. So take things with a pinch of salt, okay? Try and absorb the positive and move to the side the negative, okay? That's the best advice I can give you in terms of that motivation for you to keep on going. Surround yourself with the things and the people who will actually encourage you and help motivate you in those sticky patches as you're going down the weight loss journey. Okay, so motivation. One of the things that keeps you motivated is seeing results. Okay, now sometimes when you're talking a half a pound and a pound, seeing the result is not that easy. You can't look at a picture and go, oh wow, I've lost a whole pile of weight. Because the fact is, from the weigh in the week ago, you haven't lost that much weight. But the fact that you've lost weight is the key motivator here. But you need something so you can actually look at and track where you are with this weight loss fitness journey that you're on. So one of the biggest pieces of advice I got, and I do to this day, is I track what I'm doing. I track my weight. I probably shouldn't, but I do jump on the scales every day, but I have a weigh-in that gets noted every week. I take measurements once a month and see how that's going. I look at all of this, and it's just all information you can look at and go, no, I am making progress. It might be slower than I'd like, but I am making progress. And I split this up into the big things and the small things that actually help me stay motivated. So the small things are every week, every month, my weigh-ins, my measurements, how we're going. That's fine. My big things are literally when I get into a smaller set of clothing, for example. Not bigger, smaller clothing. And that can go from being able to shop in a supermarket for the first time. That is a huge thing. Have a record of your achievements. It's one of those things that at work you have reviews. Somebody, your boss at work, says how well you're doing for that month, that quarter, that half a year, that yearly review. And it's always about, what have you done? What are your achievements? What have you done that's actually added to the company, added to you? And where are you with those? And if you don't write them down, then you'll never actually realise that, because in another 6 months you'll have forgotten something. You won't be able to look back and go, oh yeah, wow, actually this time last year I couldn't shop at a supermarket, this time this year I can. That is one of those things that's a huge thing. But whether it's a small thing to you or whether it's a big goal for you, it is one of those things where take a note of it. I have a book that I keep just for where I am, what I'm doing, all those little goals, the small ones, the big ones. Have I done a walk faster than I've done it before? Am I consistently doing more this week than I did last week? Small goals, but small goals soon mount up to big things, and all of those little things you can tick off will help massively with your motivation. It is one of those things where if you sit back and achieve things and don't make a thing of it and don't note it down and not able to look back on it and go, I did that. I actually did that. That's great. Okay, so some examples for me. Over the years, from going from 7 and 8 XL shirts down to being able to wear 2s and 3 XL shirts depending on the brand, to being morbidly obese to going to obese, to being able to get on a pair of normal scales and not having to search Amazon for scales that go up, higher than the rest. Those are now quite small wins because I've done them. They're in the past. But at the time they were huge. And it's taking a note of those and remembering back to them that actually gives you all the sense of achievement. And that sense of achievement will keep you motivated for those lean times when you are actually stuck on a little bit of a plateau for a few weeks where things are not going quite according to plan. Things in life happen, they get in the way. Those senses of achievement, those things that have happened and the goals you've got set, will keep you motivated moving forward. And motivation is one of the key things in this, because it is all about staying motivated so you can keep on doing it. So please take a notebook, do it on your computer, whatever it is that works for you. Okay, make a note of all those little achievements that you've had that will build up, because that, when you're feeling a lack of motivation, you can look back on it and go, look how far I've come, look how well I've done. I can keep doing this. This is my journey and I can do it. So these last 2 or 3 things are not, strictly speaking, motivation itself. They're not things that are going to get you motivated, because you need to do that for yourself. But these things will help you keep positive and keep going and seeing results which will have a positive cycle on your motivation. The first one is the importance of goals. Having lots of little goals that you can achieve and therefore note in your book is really positive. There is one of those things where having the ability to tick off something and say, yep, done that one, ticked it off the list, on to the next. Those things, while positive when you actually tick them off, but they're also really positive when you look back on it in terms of how far you've come. I've gone from 470 pounds to under 300, so I'm in the 280s at the minute. That is a massive number, but it's not one big step. It's been a long list of small achievements, small goals that have helped me keep motivated for the next one, and keep going. Some of those goals will be bigger, some of them will be smaller, but having those goals so you can tick them off will keep you far more motivated than just doing your best to stay on the journey. Because sometimes when you fall off, and we all will, and we all do, and we fall off because we've got a family event, or you're just feeling like crud and you want to raid the pantry, or you want to order a takeaway. These are all things that we will do. It's about actually having those goals that keep you motivated. For me, this is such a mind focus in terms of, do I want a takeaway, or do I actually want to be able to look you in the eye and say I've lost some weight this week? It's a massive motivator for me. Find those things that will motivate you, and part of that is having those goals, having a goal that you are wanting to achieve, not for anybody else. I want to be really clear on this, not for other people. These are goals that you need for you. Okay, it's nice to get the support of everybody else, it's brilliant, okay, but they can't force you to achieve a goal. It's got to be your goals, things you want to do, whatever they are. Whether it's being able to walk to the corner shop without getting out of breath, whether it's you want to run a 5k, whatever those goals are, They're your goals, but helping you to stay motivated on them are the people around you, but it's also you ticking off those goals that you've achieved. So make them small, make them achievable, but have them as a series, so you're building up to where you want to get to. So that's goals. And the other one, which like I said is not really directly speaking motivation, but is a key factor in being motivated, and that's focus and consistency. Okay, if you are consistent with what you're doing, with what you're eating, with the exercise you're taking, if you're consistent, you will achieve your goals. You will, which will keep you motivated. And if you don't have that focus and that consistency, you won't achieve your goals. You'll fall off your path more often. You will find it harder to get back on. Okay, and it is one of those things where focus and consistency will help you achieve what you want to achieve, whatever that is. Okay, it won't fix it overnight. It's not a magic wand. It won't suddenly wake up the next day and go, yep, I'm there. But if you can see progress, and progress comes from that consistency, and you can see progress week in, week out, month in, month out, whether it's small or big, as long as it is progress in the direction you are wanting to go. Now, whether that is bulking up with muscle because you're in the gym, whether that is leaning down and losing fat, whether that's just getting fitter, having a consistent approach. What are your rest days? What are your active days? What are you doing day in, day out? And with that focus on your plan and your journey, it will help you achieve your goals, which will then help you stay motivated and move forward. So comes the last little bit of advice, which is, what do you do when you're lacking motivation? Because some days you just can't be bothered. It's a fact. There will be days when you're feeling a bit under the weather, you're not feeling right, things are happening around you, and you will go, yeah, I really don't want to get out of the bed today. I fancy taking the duvet to the couch and just sitting there for the day and watching movies and binging. And what I'd say to you is, those are always going to be there. You're always going to have the odd day like that. That's human nature. You will always have moments when you are less motivated to do anything. It's okay. It is okay to have the odd day like that. Sometimes that's your way of your body saying you need to take a break. But here's the thing for you. If you want to get back up off that chair and force yourself into doing something, get that book out that you've written your achievements and your goals in. Have a look at what you've done. Have a look how far you've come. Now, that's a bit harder when you're at the start of the journey, but it will come over time. Look at the progress you've made. That will give you a bit of motivation. Have a chat with that person who is helping you, supporting you, pushing you. If you're really struggling, phone that friend and meet them for a walk outside. Okay? There are lots of ways to encourage that motivation, but I think for me, and hopefully it will work for you, being able to open that book and see how far you have come will give you a bit of a smile, a bit of a buzz, a bit of positivity in terms of, yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm not doing it as fast as I'd like, I'm not doing X, Y, and Z, but I am making progress. And that progress will give you the motivation to keep on going. So, those things for me are those motivation tips. Surround yourself with people who are positive and encouraging. Limit the people who are not, or have a word with them to try and get them into the positive column. Okay? Have a look at your goals. Have a look at the big things, the small things, and start making a note of it. Writing it down. Computer, notepad, whatever it is. And bear in mind that consistency and focus are essential to you making progress. So that is my advice, tips on motivation when you're doing an actual journey, whether it's fitness or weight loss. Stay motivated. Encourage the things to be around you that will encourage that motivation and help you, even on your off days. And also look at those factors that demotivate you and try and reduce them or remove them. Sounds simple, harder to do, but well worth it if you can. Okay, so the last thing from me is a question for you, which is what helps you stay motivated on your journey? If you could let me know in the comments below, that would be fantastic. And as always, thank you very much for watching along with this video. If you do like it, please do hit the thumbs up button, and I will see you in the next video.